the most important component of an unconscious, like, argumentative relationship is blaming and not saying sorry, but basically blaming. It's when you blame, you're taking no responsibility or accountability for your emotions. It's like everything is their fault. You're the poor victim who's purely at the disposal of everyone else's behavior and what they're doing and not doing, and you're the innocent victim who's doing nothing. You're perfect. It's all their fault. And then you're just going to blame them and tell stories in your mind and blame everybody else and tell everyone else about your partner, possibly too. And you have a huge drama and story and you're a huge victim. And this is the identity you're carrying around, which many spiritual teachers, many self-awareness wise teachers, people who've done a bit more growth will tell you about. The egoic story in your mind, who you think you are, and you're carrying it around with you like a whole lot of baggage. Now, if you compare that to a child who's having fun and frolicking and playing and having fun and laughing, or a dog or a cat who's running around chasing leaves, having fun, chasing bumblebees, you'll see the difference in who's carrying what, who's carrying how much. So, this dude here, I'm not sure how much he's carrying. But to be serious, should I be serious or joking? So the opposite is taking accountability, being the willingness to say sorry, the willingness to take accountability and say, I did this, I own my part, I know I was a part of this disharmony, and you could say sorry or apologize and say, I'm going to do better. So when you stop blaming, you speak, you ask for what you'd like instead of complaining about what you don't want. So you focus on what you want and you focus on creating that. You ask for your wishes and you ask, can we have this? Can we create this? Can we make this? Can we collaborate this? Can we do this together? Can we work at this? Can you do this? Can you help? Can we do this? How can I help? What can I do to improve it? How can I change? How can you change? That's all about positive change. Telling the story and blaming is no positive change involved there. But step one is just realizing what you don't want, obviously. So that's good. Yeah, we have an experience. We learn from our experience. We gather data. We know what we want and we know what we don't want. So that's really good. The more we don't want something, the more we realize, oh, I really love this. You know? The more you experience being in prison, the more you love and want and appreciate freedom. The same goes for relationships and life in general. So every experience serves a positive purpose, ultimately. So next step is you can either go and create a drama story and, nothing good happens really, or you can eventually create the change that you want. And another thing you can do is simply leave a relationship or a dramatic relationship of any kind who you're with, be it a parent or family or anybody, friend. So letting go creates space for new things to come. If you're holding on to a whole lot of negative stuff, people or places, you're just blocking better stuff coming. So highly recommend letting go. The other option is working with someone who's willing and able to work with you to improve a relationship or a friendship or an association, some kind of a relationship. It could be business. So I highly recommend quit focusing on what you want, and it's always very good in a relationship, everyone, like a romantic relationship, to talk about what you want, maybe potentially what you need, just overall needs, like I really love or need or I want more intimacy, what you want really. We don't want to confuse needs and wants. Like, it's better to focus on what you want, because sometimes we create a big heavy story about, I need this and you won't give it to me, it's your fault. So the third thing is basically, it's good to also talk about what you sort of expect or hope or would really like. So it's good to express your general expectations or hopes or would like list. And then we can just get it all out in the open and work together to manifest it, And have fun with it and play and be light and don't be too heavy or serious. Like, have a good time about it. This is how I'm rocking and rolling in my life and my relationships with everyone, including my partnership, romantic, soulmatic relationship. That's all I really want to say, really. I do have a fantastic relationship. I don't know what to say, really. I've never been as free in my life. I'm just so carefree and unself-conscious. It's amazing. and just experiencing highest levels of freedom, peace, happiness, joy, love and light, and empowerment, and true masculinity, not this like macho fake concept born out of fear and programming, but real true fatherliness and motherliness and divine masculinity and divine femininity energies. We all have these, and it's just good to cultivate and grow in all of these aspects, male, be it a male or a female body. Also, it could be hermaphrodite. Some people are hermaphrodite. That's beautiful too. All good. So everyone, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you found this video interesting, let me know. If you have any if you found it of value, give it a like and a share if you want. That'd be nice. And subscribe and hit the bell button, the bell underneath the video, for future videos on holistic living and body, mind, spirit, and prospering physically, mentally, emotionally, healing as well. So, and the main things of this channel, of everyone, is about lightness. It's about freedom. It's about pure joy. It's about having the best life ever and creating the pure best life ever. It's about laughter. It's about fun. It's about play, and it's about love. Playfulness, fun, laughter, and love. You can't get any better than that, everyone. You can't get any freer than that. And that's what enlightenment is all about. That's what every single spiritual teaching is all about. And people love to have a big concept. They wear spiritual clothes, but there's nothing more spiritual than simply being true and honest like a child or a young child or an animal. You don't need to have a big image like a guru. You don't need to wear the flower of life on your head, or a tattoo of sacred geometry. You don't need to listen to spiritual music even. You don't need any of that. For me, it's about simplicity. It's about raw, naked honesty. It's about being upfront and vulnerable and authentic. That's what true spirituality is about. It's about being authentic. It's about owning and loving all of your areas of your growth and learning and lessons, and owning and loving all you've come to be already so far. So what you're good at and what you're not good at yet, or you're never going to be good at. Who cares? It doesn't make any difference. Do you think a child carries around a baggage of not being good at knitting or not being good at soccer? It doesn't. It just has fun and focuses on playing and laughing and having fun. But then, of course, you have to divine inner adult, and then that's where we take responsibility and be more like a man or a woman. Owning our power as well. And it's about inner fatherliness, divine energy, and inner motherliness, divine energy as well. Yeah, true spirituality is about exposure. It's about showing your truth. It's about not hiding your blemishes and flaws. It's about not pretending to be something that you're not. For example, a cat doesn't pretend to be an elephant. It doesn't pretend to be a guru. It doesn't pretend to be an astronaut or something that it's not. It allows itself to get better and become a better climber up the wall, a better hunter of the birds, okay? It doesn't get impatient. A young child may fart, may poop, may dribble or drool, and it's not self-conscious. There's too many fake teachers out there, everyone, and I don't mean that as criticism, and they're changing and they can become better and they can have good stuff to learn, but what I mean is there's people out there in the world all over the place who think that they're better than they are. They think they know better than they are. They think they've enlightened or evolved to some extent where they feel better or superior to others. They try to portray themselves as enlightened or like a guru, like Mr. or Mrs. Important. Yeah, they're carrying airs and graces, they're carrying this